Hey, you guys. So, today I have a question for you. Why are you staying in a place that doesn't feed your soul? Whatever the answer is, I think it's time for you to get yourself out of such an environment. So, let's start. What do you need to do? You probably think that the first step is going to involve you speaking or talking to somebody. But in my experience, the first step is to begin to plan. If you know this is not an environment that you want to be in, it's time for you to begin making a plan to get yourself out of it. That's the first step. The first step is not necessarily to share this understanding with anybody. It's time for you to begin to plan. Write it down, whatever the case may be. And so if the first thing is to plan, the first thing is writing it down, what is the next step? Understanding what is necessary to remove you from this environment, whatever the case may be. And it may not be, it is often not something that you like or want to do, but that's okay. Because this is not about where you're headed long term. This is not about your end goal. This is about navigating you as quickly, as safely, as easily as possible out of this environment. And when I say easy, that does not mean that there will be no drama, there will be no stress, there won't be any rough road that you have to walk through. It just means as easy as possible. And that's why you're planning to get yourself out of the situation before you share it with anybody. Because as soon as you open your mouth, as soon as you share it, as soon as you speak it, you're already speeding up the energy. So let's not do that. Let's write it down. Begin to make a list and understand what's necessary. Maybe you'll end up making more than one list. Maybe the first draft of this list is just you getting thoughts out of your head so you understand better what your circumstance is, what your situation is. Whatever the case may be, if you are ready to finally feed your soul, if you are tired of being in a burdensome environment, then let's begin. Let's write this list. Let's walk through the steps of what it's going to take. But it's time. I know you're tired. I know you're ready. So let's do it. This is about a better world for you, a better life for you. And if it's about a better life for you, it's about a better life for everyone around you as well. Because that's how we got to where we are in this world. So many people making choices to not feed their soul. So it's time. Let's begin. Let's begin to create a better world by looking at the truth of what you need to do. Even I know it's probably hard. I know it feels like, oh, how am I going to get past this? But you can. We're going to do this a piece at a time. Stop looking at it stop looking at it as this big picture. We're not worried about all that. Yes, there's an end goal understanding to where you want to be, but you can't do all of that in this one moment. What can you do in this moment? That's it. That's all I need you to do. I need you to take this moment and understand what you can do in this moment to begin. If all you can do is write it down, then write it down. If you write it down and you see, man, I can take this next step. I've written it down and I understand that I can take this next step, then take that next step. But it's time. It's time. I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing everybody gripe about wanting a better world. You are the better world that you want. You build the better world that you want. So step into it. Step into it by starting to work on getting into the understandings that feed your soul. I understand it's hard. I understand it's hard. I know it's hard. But you are talking to somebody where God told me, I'm going to show you every rough road I can show you. Every rough road. So you can know and understand that you can make it through this. There is not a thing. There is not anything that comes your way that you will not come out the other side. So I understand it's hard. I understand it's hard, but I want you to stop limiting yourself. I want you to believe that you can get through this. I know you're scared. I know you're afraid, but that's why we're not eating this big old elephant. We are doing this one bite at a time. So take this paper, take this pen, and write down what your first step is. And even if that's too much right now, sit with yourself first and prepare yourself to begin to write down this first step. But it's time to start. It's time to start. Because if you want a better world, then you got to be the better world you want. And we want that. You want that. I want that. The children in this world deserve that. So we need to be the better. So all this distractionary stuff, let's do what you can do at this time. And the real thing that you can do at this time, I'm not talking about all these other agendas. The real thing that you can do at this time is, how can I make a better world for me? And as we all become mirrors of a better world for ourselves, then we become a better world. I'm done. That is what you need to do. That is the understanding. That is the understanding. Let's see how you can make a better world for you, how you can feed your soul. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a job. I don't care if it's a bad relationship. I don't care if it's family members that you know you need to set boundaries with. I don't care what it is. Begin. Begin. Begin to walk yourself out of this environment that is only causing you a lot of stress and burden. You deserve better, so give yourself better. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. But anything worth having is. You deserve this. You deserve this. And every time it gets hard, every time you feel like, I don't know if I can do it, tell yourself you deserve it, because you do. You deserve better. So give it to you. Give you better. It's time. Let's do the work to make a better world. It's time. Thank you for listening. I hope this message resonated with you. And if it didn't, I hope you found what does.